Greetings and salutations, everybody. We are back with more Feng Shui 2nd Edition. Huzzah!
Yeah!
All right, it's been a little bit. So last time we adventured together, you all were at had just come back to the hidden temple in the woods, or lost temple, or whatever we wanted to call it, the forest temple, and had defeated Ong Dao, the warrior demon, who may or may not have inconveniently eaten the wizard Zhao Shi.
Ong Dao's a nice guy, except for the whole, eating people thing. That was kind of rude. But I enjoyed our sparring.
It wasn't even necessarily the eating people; it was the eating someone that we wanted to interrogate before we got the chance to interrogate him.
Yeah.
Well, I do believe Batu felt that that he shouldn't be eating. If he's going to be eating people, they at least shouldn't be eating them raw.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how you get sick.
I prefer my victims over easy or medium well, in one or the other.
Fair enough,
but not raw.
I mean, we all enjoy a good blue steak here, but come on, guys. You want to at least sear it.
Anyway.
But you did in fact were in fact return the scroll. You have received the blessings of the temple, which means you are now attuned to a Feng Shui site. Huzzah!
Hooray for us!
There is a minor cookie ability associated with the temple, which I will tell you about at a later date, when you notice it actually having anything resembling an effect.
Okay.
It's not going to be a major boost right now. You are tied to a fairly minor Feng Shui site. Let's just put it that way. Used to be a more powerful one, but there's no longer a giant school of monks studying kung fu here on top of everything else. Right. Also, the Feng Shui place is not quite what it was, when it was being properly maintained and such, and there were surrounded by less forest, breaking up the proper flow of chi. But at any rate,
can you get some of those little octagonal mirrors to put around?
That would actually help. Yes. Unfortunately, there are none here. There's nothing set up anymore to properly direct the chi flow. Sorry.
I have 0 geomancy.
None of you do.
Can't help.
I have Taoism / ancient science, which would tell me that this is something that needed to be done, but not how to do it.
Yes, you in fact would need you do not have geomancy. That is a individual's very specific skill in Feng Shui.
Yeah, let's do magic with shapes.
My only
very quickly scramble to get the book open because I could have swore I saw something in there.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying like saying, so you're saying that geomancy is not considered an odd job. Got it. All right. I will.
I will say that your odd jobs would allow you to do the actual tasks, but would not know how to properly, plan them out.
I'm just doing a semantics game here.
I know you are. But I'm thinking, you actually could use it to assist someone doing the proper stuff. At any rate, when we
sorcery,
there is some geomancy in sorcery, if I remember correctly.
Yes, and I think I actually have that, which is why I'm looking at the rule book to discern that before I say something.
You can get access to it, I believe. I don't believe you have it immediately. So I believe you took the
here we go. Okay.
The chi thief one, right?
Fertility. You measure and modify the flow of chi in the natural environment around you, either for good or ill effect. As a broad story effect, fertility also allows you to farmland stuff. Like the sticks don't strictly do anything in there.
Yeah, basically, you if you had the actual book knowledge about geomancy, your fertility powers would be very useful with it. Yes.
Yeah. Notably, I did not take observe chi, although I was definitely really thinking about that one.
I can understand.
But yeah, I don't have observe chi, so I don't think I can do this, at least not at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe we can come back and spruce the place up a bit at a point. Down
Absolutely, that's a distinct thing.
We'll definitely want to
yeah.
check in on the. We'll definitely in character want to check in on this shrine every now and again.
I will
for
say this out of character and from a game mechanic standpoint. Yes, you'll want to do that occasionally.
I mean, we definitely need to put a stable in here.
I mean, sure.
Can't be a proper building without horses.
Ah, yes. The Mongol.
Mhm.
At any rate, you were given Yuri was given a lead to an oracle who might be able to help her with the whole. Damn it! That wizard had questions I wanted to ask him.
Right.
And oh god, what was it? There was and I do believe I did allow that if anyone has a question they would like to have the spirit of the temple answer, it's willing to answer any one question from each one of you at some point. You can come back and do that at a later date if you'd like.
Yeah, and that's how I was given the lead about there's an oracle out there who could probably help you speak with the dead.
Yep. If there's anything you want to ask the temple spirit now, you may do so, or you can save it for a later date.
Yeah, Shadow's definitely gonna save it.
Or if
I
you
got
want,
my answer.
yes,
last
you
time.
did. Also, if you would like to have asked the temple a question and would like to do it in a flashback, you may do that also. If something comes up like mid-session, it's like mid-session, you're like, "Ooh, this would be a great thing to have asked the temple spirit about back then." We can have you retroactively have asked them that.
Yeah, just editing real quick.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so other than that, I believe Yuri would like to head to the Oracle. It is a bit of a trip. On the plus side, if you would like to, I will say this. Since I have not specifically laid out the map yet, I will say that the Oracle is probably roughly in the same direction as the gubernatorial, where the governor stays.
Okay, so we can start heading in that general direction to begin with.
Yeah.
So you can
I was gonna
swing by
say-
the governor's place en route to the Oracle, if you would like to.
Yeah.
If that,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like a good plan. We get to topple existing power structures and meet up fate. I'm on board.
I'm not sure if
We
that
have the
second one's
jammer
what we're
part
trying to
on
do,
our
but okay.
I
Just
really
beat
do
up
have a lot of
fate.
jammer blood in me.
you really do, Eric.
That does sound like the plan then. Like as I said, like we could go to the Oracle first, but like we would have to we are gonna have to deal with that governor situation sooner or later.
Yes. At some point, you will probably have to deal with that, yes. All right. So, you set out on your journey. A new journey. A journey to the north.
Didn't we just come from there?
Yes, you're going back that way again.
This is a-
But this time you're going to the northwest.
Why is this road so backwoods? Because we're on it a lot, apparently.
You are now going to the northwest, however.
It,
Mm,
Oh,
it does
different.
save on location filming.
No, there's nothing to do with that. No, not at all. Shut up.
So it's like,
Do
like
not
we
pay
need
attention to that gravel pit over there. They're shooting Doctor Who.
I like the idea. It's like, okay, we need to travel to the long, mysterious land of the other sound stage. Please come with me.
That would imply
We're in
this is
the
being
one
shot
desert.
in Wales, actually, now that I think about it, so never mind.
Mhm.
We're filming in the one desert in fucking California.
I mean, kind of. At any rate, I mean, there are a lot of they reuse a lot of outdoor locations in Hong Kong cinema, like a lot. At any rate, all right, you travel for nothing really interesting happens for a couple of days. You have a relatively pleasant journey, honestly.
Right.
You're not bothered on the roads. The weather seems pretty nice. And you actually get to the parts of the roads which are being reasonably well maintained, and there are occasional, there are areas that are sort of set up like little camp areas set up every now and then for, travelers, and more notably, like merchant caravans such to stop for the night and rest. A place where they can water water their animals and set up camp and such. And as you travel on, the rest areas become a bit more a bit more upscale. Like they actually have like little buildings occasionally. And on the fourth day of travel, you're coming up right at the end of the night, and you see off in the distance what looks like roughly where you would expect the rest area to be. It's sort of over a hill. You sort of see what looks like smoke going up, which honestly, for those of you who do a lot of traveling, that's not that uncommon. If there are people at the at the rest area already.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you reach the top of the hill, that's not a cook fire that's giving off that smoke. That's the remnants of the rest area building and such.
Oh.
Oh dear.
And as you sort of go down, you can sort of see something has utterly just flattened the area. And I do mean, like the building has been reduced down to a pile that's like maybe a foot high. There.
Oh my God! They raised the ground.
I mean, the building, yeah. There was clearly a caravan here. There are a couple of dead. I don't know. They probably did use horses to pull the caravan. Yeah, the draft animals are dead. The draft animals are dead. The guards are all lying there. Everybody's dead. Basically, everything's dead. The wagons themselves are destroyed and flat, much like the building flattened. And that is what you see. So what's caused the fire is whatever was, inside the building, after it got raised to the ground, set stuff on fire. So it is smoldering, not like burning. It's not like burning like in a huge fire right now. What would you like to do?
I definitely want to use detective to kind of figure out if this was done by like bandits or like if it's just like more work the demons we know are running around.
So, my thought, and detective is on that list, but if this was an act of banditry, then they probably came here to get something. And given the scale of this attack, I imagine it would be something important. So then I have 15 in both arts and antiques and gem and jewels,
Sure.
2 different skills. But I figure just rolling 15 and whichever more is relevant could apply and just kind of discern like
Sure.
what could be so valuable that.
All right. So Ashley's gonna give me a
This is the
detect check.
result.
You're giving me a knowledge check there. All
I'm
right.
going to look for survivors.
Same here.
Okay. They're looking
Good
for
ideas.
Great. Is Dalu gonna do anything, Skitch?
Not sure what I can do. That'd be a particularly useful year, like
Okay.
skill wise. Like regional info, or but probably not even that. A notice check.
If you'd like to give me a notice check, that's fine. If you want to help out looking for survivors, that would be a perfectly valid skill for that.
Yeah. Actually rolls here. Oh, there we go.
And should Eric and I be rolling notice as well?
You
for
guys
that
should give me
then?
notice rolls first, and
That is an average result.
it is very
Ace,
average.
ace.
Aw,
I
rolled a
also got
5.
exactly average.
All right.
I exploded. I boxcarred a
Boxcarred.
5.
Okay.
How do
Your
I?
eyes
What do I
explode.
do for a boxcar on this?
Your eyes.
Give me a second. I'll think of
explode
something. All right.
You don't find any survivors, but you do find a convenient note left behind that points us in the exact opposite direction we're trying to go.
Well, depends on whether the 5 succeeds, Eric.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it's a fail, I could get a bit too reckless going through the remains while going through a freaking fire.
Honestly, that's what I'm leaning towards. Actually, you think you spot a survivor. You think you are convinced you found a survivor, Olan, and you sort of dive in and just start throwing stuff out of the way. And it's in the part of the building that's actually burning. That's still burning. So you get some. You eventually reach what you think is the body, and it is. But it's a body, not a,
It's a dead body.
It's a dead body, yeah. It is a dead merchant. Very clearly a merchant. You've met a few, and you're not entirely sure why you thought they were alive. But you now have burn. You got burns from. You take like 2 points of damage take two wound points, and you'll have some burns for a little while.
Okay, I'm gonna characterize it as Alon finds the person and is convinced they're alive when she comes across them and bothers to like pull their body out of the wreckage, and only when they're finally outside does she realize that they're past saving.
Yep.
Yeah, she's going to be kind of shaken by this as a result, and just kind of like be knelt over the body, kind of like staring for a little while.
Okay. Batu and Daolu, yeah, you don't find any survivors. You find several bodies, but it looks like nobody survived this attack. If any of you three have the medicine skill, you can give me a roll.
I have.
If you don't, you can roll 7.
Can I default to drive?
No.
If it was a horse,
Actually, yeah. If it had been a horse, I'd actually give it to you. Actually, yes. Give me a riding roll for the horses.
8. Slightly worse.
All right. So I'll get to Zhao and Fournier in a second, and Yuri in a second. So the 8, as you're examining sort of the dead horses, it very much looks like you're actually able to sort of go, oh, okay, well, that's very odd. Like the horse you're looking at, very clearly something sort of slammed, like clubbed it on the. It died from a broken neck, basically.
Okay.
But it very much looks like the wound, like you can tell, like from a sort of technique style, it looks like someone swung a sword at it, but it's very clearly a blunt weapon. But like it doesn't look like the way you'd strike at a horse to take it down with your weapon. It looks like the strike landed in the way you'd use a sword to try to cut its head off. These are things you know as a Mongol, actually.
Yeah. That's generally not how you try to kill a horse this way. Weird.
Yeah, it is definitely that's odd. All right. For Nea, you sort of have been going over the. You get a chance to as you got to go over as you look over the remnants of the wagons and such. You would not think this is like carrying, like it's definitely was carrying valuable stuff, but not like high art or anything like that. Like this looks like it was probably carrying, trade goods mostly. So like
why is there an attack of this magnitude?
It definitely feels like
consequential caravan.
Definitely feels like overkill. Absolutely. You can add when you do. I will also say before I forget to mention this, when you do see the merchant that Olan pulled out, very clearly his mode of dress, successful merchant, but not like high end merchant, like but very very successful trader basically.
Right.
Very workmanlike. You do see like there are definitely some like broken. There are some broken pots that were probably stored like fairly high quality alcohol at least. But yeah. I'll get back to that more in a second. Actually,
really, the alcohol is broken. Okay,
the pots are broken. Yes,
I'm already leaning towards not bandits then, because they would have taken the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a clue.
Or they're new at it.
I'm sorry, I forgot to steal the alcohol. I'm new at this. Okay, I wasn't trained in bandit school.
Because I'm too stupid to know better.
You broke all the booze. What the hell, dude?
A bandit should know better.
No, that seems like that seems like the name of the musical number that breaks out when it turns out that the
bandit should know better. Yes.
That the new recruit forgot to steal the booze, and there's this tedious musical number that then proceeds.
These dancing bandits.
Oh my god. All right, so Ash, Zhao, what were you looking for? Was there anything in particular you were looking for?
He was looking for whether or not this was done by like either like bandits or if it's
Okay.
like attacked by demons.
Okay. The things you are noticing. Do you have the medicine skill?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't think any of us do.
I don't think so either.
I might have to pick that up at some point.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, all right, you look around, and honestly, so you could the big thing you notice is how do I want to phrase this? Yeah, like this looks less like a robbery attempt and more like someone just attempted to level the place. But back to you, Fornia. One thing of note: there definitely are crates that were in the wagon that you think were in the wagon that are not present.
No,
Something
so
was taken. You could give me a another roll of something involving merchants and such if you'd like. Not jewelry's not appropriate for this. I'll say that.
Okay, so
I can do a roll here.
Actually, yeah, you actually in particular, Nick,
Yeah.
you would actually be very good for this role. Actually, so the two of you can both give me one.
All right, I'll do my info merchant trading for this then. 13. That's a good roll.
All right,
I have arts and antiques, which isn't gems and jewels.
that's not really what I'm looking for here. Actually,
No. Okay. Best I have then is detective, unless
detective's fine. Give it to me.
unless smuggling routes is going to be relevant.
Not for this, no.
Okay.
Detective is absolutely perfect though. 14.
14.
All right, between the two of you, you are able to figure out that beneath the areas where the crates were, there's a little bit of very fine powder. And Olan is able to realize that it is iron ore. Like, so like someone stole like a lot of like it looks like they're boxes of metals mostly, probably not like like gold or anything like that, but like useful stuff. Like iron and copper and shit like
practical metals
Yeah.
as opposed to precious metals.
Exactly. Again, stuff that you would trade, but like not high end stuff.
Not the good shit.
Yeah. So back to Zhao. So it doesn't look like it was a sort of standard robbery per se. It's like this is definitely way like a standard robbery wouldn't have leveled the whole place. Honestly, like this gives you mind of like how like Imperial soldiers would wipe out like an enemy.
I was thinking
outpost.
that I'm like okay, like they got rid of the like they didn't take the alcohol, but they took stuff and they burned all the evidence. The only reason they wouldn't have taken the alcohol is if somebody was there to stop them from doing it. So
And as you have that thought, you sort of look down at the footprints, and a lot of them are shaped like they're shaped the way that Imperial military boots are, at least the old ones.
Right. Basically, this was done for a political sort
Possibly.
of, like a possibility. Is like, okay, this is someone who they must have dissatisfied someone in a higher standing, and therefore they got shook down in the worst way.
But yeah, with Ashley, I'd like to give you one more detective roll, actually.
Might be
do that.
deserters also. That's
yeah, deserters
possible.
might be another option.
Distinct
I'm
possibility.
gonna throw a fortune on this because I probably won't use a lot in this section.
22. Okay, excellent. Two more things. You get two more bits of information. One, you find a perfect set of pair of footprints of whoever these guys are. It's definitely looks like sort of the way the military boots are shaped and such. Nice, clean, in somewhat soft ground, so it holds the shape beautifully. It's like almost like a half-inch deep, and you can see the treads moving off into the forest directly west of you.
Okay.
And it looks like you can see it looks like and it's pretty clear that nobody was taking particular care of to hide their footprints. But you can sort of see the footprints sort of eventually start falling into like file, like if they're marching in order.
Right. Formation.
Like you don't really pick. It's hard to pick up the footprints in the chaos of the destruction of the roadhouse because there's just so much destruction. But once you just get outside the sort of area where the light is good, you can start picking up the footprints pretty easily. Again,
Here that our would-be thieves have gone westwards. I, for one, would like to find out what is going on with these very strange, not bandits, but thieves.
I mean, very clearly, things were stolen.
Well, clearly, whatever they're after, it seems to be more military in nature as opposed to precious.
So that's actually a good question now too. Is it, I don't know if Imperial etiquette would work for this, but like, would Zhao know if there's any military presence in the area that would kind of like justify this kind of thing happening?
You give me I don't know if etiquette's quite the right role, but give it to me anyways, and I'll wing it.
It might be something he overheard.
Sure.
But he wouldn't know the details of it.
The only thing you've heard is that the only thing you're aware of in this area is that like there's a small I'm not going to use the correct term for this. I don't remember what the correct sort of size. We'll just say so. There's definitely a division of soldiers stationed at the governor's the local capital. Platoon. It's bigger than a platoon, but like division's not the right term. But
Mhm.
and
Larger than platoon, smaller than a regiment. Gotcha.
There's a garrison of guards.
yeah, we'll just go with the regiment for now. But
Yeah. But that's like it's a bread box sized
Yes.
group of soldiers.
it's a good. It is it is a group of. It's slightly the soldiers defending the local capital where the governor lives is slightly overstaffed, oversized for what it should be. Is one thing you have heard. Further to the north, you do know there's another regiment was sent up there to deal with shoring up against foreign raiders.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, never. Well, you guys had trouble with the
I
Mongols
wouldn't know
for a
anything
little
about
while.
that.
No, we're on the wrong coast for that for now.
Indeed.
So yeah, like Zhao's like, as far as I know, like unless this is just more trouble with the governor, these people shouldn't be here.
That is you are 100% certain. Yeah, you're pretty sure there really shouldn't be more soldiers. Like if there are soldiers here, they should be at the capital, and you're not at the capital yet. Like it's a good another few days there.
Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate like deserters.
That's
Really strong deserters.
Yeah, Zhao was very like just kind of nodding. I think you're right there, Batu.
I'm going to check the body of the person that I pulled out of the building.
Sure.
And I'm just going to like look for anything that like might be identifying possession or something like that.
Sure. You pulled his body out. I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You pulled his body out before the fire got to him. Actually, so you actually do find his papers with his name and his where he's from and such on him.
Okay.
So his identification, such his his proper papers to be a merchant and to do all this stuff. That's all on him, and you are able to recover that.
What the
Okay.
hell's going on, Discord?
Oh,
Terrible things.
I'm going to reconnect. It's misbehaving at me.
okay.
All right, I'm going to pocket the papers and
Sure.
just so I have them, so that maybe I can pass this information on to his family.
How did the merchant die?
He looks like he died of smoke. He probably died of smoke inhalation. Honestly,
Okay.
Or having a building collapse on him.
something like that. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
he
People
was.
don't die from buildings collapsing on them. That's ridiculous.
You don't die from buildings collapsing on you.
Oh God!
The only way that he could have died is if he fell into a bottomless pit. We don't see him for the rest of the movie. That's how we know they're actually dead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was gonna say, like, oh God, I think they put him inside the roadhouse and lit the roadhouse on fire.
If you want the real dark humor, you take the merchant's hand, make him give a thumbs up. So say, see, he's okay. Look, he's giving a thumbs up. I'm sorry. I just
Start moving his jaw up and down. Oh, what's wrong, Oolong? Are you sad?
Yee. Anywho,
Don't do that, Batu.
all
I'm
right.
not going to do that.
So, I know you guys want to go after the army, but it is late and it is dark.
I will say that Yuri is not interested in pursuing this. Like, is this really is this even in the way of the Oracle, like in the direction they're going? Because very clearly this faction did not have anything of value. So there's nothing that she cares about.
Well, I know Zhao wants to. I know Zhao said he wanted to investigate, but
Yeah, Zhao just kind of like crosses his arms. Just like, if this is a part of the governor's ethics, I don't want to know. But even if not, it's still a rampaging bunch of marauders sitting around the countryside. I know this isn't your country, but I do want to keep things safe, and it's part of my responsibility.
And honestly, one of the great things about going out and wandering around is sometimes you get sidetracked by random bullshit. And this seems like random bullshit to get sidetracked by.
I don't see much wisdom in running about to a standing regiment that seems to be particularly strong and running afoul of them without particularly good cause, which we do not have, I feel.
We have excellent cause. They're strong guys, and we get to fight them.
Ms. Yuri, I understand that you have something important ahead of you that you're trying to find out more about. If you don't want to come with us about this, I'll understand. But I'm going to find out the people who did this. These people, I don't think that they were killed for a good reason. And I've met a lot of people like this back home. These are my people. It makes me think of friends and family that I have wandering away from home. And if someone were to just end their lives for no reason, and I can't stand back and do nothing when I know that something like this is going on.
She has the puppy dog eyes.
You're doing that thing, you know.
I don't know.
No, you don't, and that's why you're doing it.
Oh, good at it because she doesn't know.
Shut up. Fine. Maybe figuring this out will get me brownie points with the princess or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, princesses love it when you do like selfless heroics. I've been told. I haven't met too many princesses.
Yeah, how many princesses have you met? I have.
I haven't met any, actually.
Out of character, several, but Batu's not going to say that.
Mhm. Different kind of princess that you're probably thinking of, too, but...
Probably.
all right. So, do you want to pursue in the dark in the night, or do you want to find somewhere, or do you want to rest up first? Those are both valid options.
considering their previous like attack here, it like setting up a camp might be a good way for them to just find us.
I also like the idea of like, okay, we want to come at them during daylight. They won't expect that we'll attack when they can see us, you know. they'll be like, well, they know that we know that they're coming. They're not going to attack now, are they? Surprise.
I mean, you also aren't sure exactly when they left, so I mean,
Sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, as I said, they're both valid options. You just want to know which one you want to pick. That's all.
We have been walking all day, and it would be nice to take a nap.
On this matter, Lon is going to just follow the example of the people who know what they're doing. So,
Wait, there are people who know what they're doing here.
well,
Kinda.
once they've spent more than like a couple months of their lives outside of the village they were born in.
Fair,
So-
fair.
Like the key to the situation is making everybody believe you know what you're doing.
All right.
That's the true test.
So I'm just asking you if you want to pursue now or you want to wait until the morning.
Let's wait till Batu says let's wait till morning. It'll be easier to track them,
That's
and
true.
we can figure out what to do once we find out where they are.
Okay.
We have been walking all day.
Okay. So you'll rest for the night. All right. I guess you guys could give me a watch schedule if you'd like. If you want to keep watches. If you don't care, we can just move to the morning. I mean, nothing. Something bad might happen, so you might want to give me watch schedules. But or I might be just nothing bad is going to happen.
I mean, we should probably have a watch schedule just because that's what you do when you're out adventuring.
True. Okay, then I guess I will have Zhao volunteer for the first watch.
Okay.
I'll volunteer for the last one so I can make breakfast.
Aw.
Yuri will
Oh,
take the middle shift.
I was gonna say Dalu do the middle shift, cook breakfast before Batu has a chance, so Batu can just warm it up and take credit. That's the
Which he will do.
Wow, we had buns. They're gonna think I'm great.
All right. It turns out nothing happens tonight.
well, okay. Let's see how good the food is. that
Sure,
we make here.
absolutely.
Not good. That was
Uh-oh.
it. Batu can take credit for it, you know.
Let me warm it up.
Oh my
Meanwhile-
god! It's so much
Notice-
better when it comes out of the microwave.
Notice check, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I needed a 7.
Fair
so-
enough. That's actually fair. That's fair. That's impressive. All right. Well, yeah.
Yuri
Anyway.
sidesteps all of the fooding going on there, and she just has like some of her own rations and probably goes and like hunts a bunny or something. I don't know.
Sure. Food is available. All right. So you set off to the west, and as I said, the tracks are actually really easy to follow.
Are we now on a journey to the west?
You are in fact now on a journey to the west.
Who's the horse?
Sure.
Who's the monkey?
Who's gonna move on to this for the next plot point here? Let's see
Yeah.
here.
The boring
Ooh.
moral compass. Well, we know who that is.
I
So
think I'm Pigsy. I think I'm Pigsy.
Lon just kind of like blinks naively.
as I said, the tracks are very clear. They're
Shit, am
very,
I the Sun Wukong stand-in?
No.
No.
It's like no. It's like that can't be right.
honestly the closest Sun Wukong stand to here is honestly Dalu.
I was going to
Yeah.
say.
I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but yes.
At any rate, so they are marching in formation, like really regimented.
If these guys are deserters, they've got a really good commander.
Yeah. This is like super disciplined marching order.
Like, we kill that guy first.
I wanted to decide. I wanted to do my best to see, like, do they look like well fed? Do they look like they've been like, on the run, or do they look like they're like actually being supplied?
Sure, you can give me a detective roll if you'd like. All right, 16. Honestly, I mean, if they're not well fed, if they're not well fed and well kept, I mean, like, you would suspect that if they're marching at the pace they clearly are moving in this tight regimental marchment, and movement, and that level of discipline, they have to be well kept. Like, either that or they've just been trained to hell and back. Like, this is like, it is precise. The formations are precise, like precise to a level you find kind of almost uncomfortable.
Right, we're gonna find out they're a bunch of animated sentinels or something. Could happen. We're in China.
All right. You keep traveling. Eventually the path gets deeper into the woods, and there's definitely a big path, a pretty wide path in the area you're in right now. That's been clear. That has been cleared somewhat recently. Like, any trees that were in the area have been just leveled and just taken out and thrown off to the side, and you can just.
God damn it! It is animated Sentinel, so just put it together.
Foot traffic here, it's tighter. They've moved into a narrower formation. But that has made the individual footprints impossible to pick out at this point. Not that you need it anymore. You now have a direct route up the hill that they're going up. And you can see what looks like some sort of buildings at the top. It's hard to make out what they are.
So you said it looks like it's been cleared. Is like the lumber just there, or did
the trees look like they've been taken down and thrown off to the side?
Huh. Okay, that's a little weird.
Yep.
Like, normally you take that because you need things like firewood or repair materials.
This is
You're
true.
not taking them.
That does seem a little odd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right,
This is definitely a situation where things are looking a little more supernatural now.
You arrive at the top of the hill, and what you see at the top of the hill is what looks like a mausoleum, surrounded by a bunch of terracotta warriors.
Oh no!
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
That's a good call.
All I see is a bunch of improvised weapons in front of me.
So, Eric, you can see them wielding their large terracotta swords that are very blunt.
Yeah.
There are about 8 sort of human-sized ones and 3 sort of very large giant statues. That as you approach the mausoleum, the central of the large one sort of looks at you, stares at you. All the rest of them eyes light up red, and they start advancing.
Did we really have to get ourselves involved with this?
I mean, yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
Zhao is like, okay, he's gonna try and do something I think is perfectly in character, but is probably a dumb idea. But I'm still gonna do it.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
He gets in front of them, and he pulls out his Imperial identification.
Okay.
And IDs himself to the Silver Sentinels, because these things are usually only made for emperors.
Yes,
shit.
you are 100% correct.
So he is like
this is some sort of very old Imperial mausoleum.
Yeah. So he's trying to use his Imperial sway here
Absolutely.
to get them to stop. So let's call that Imperial etiquette.
Absolutely, give me a roll. 19, excellent roll.
That's good.
Unfortunately, it seems to have had no effect. They
Oh,
start
no,
stomping towards you in an aggressive manner.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't think this was going to work, but I think this is
That
something
is
you would
no.
have tried
I
to
understand why you wanted to try it. I will say this. There's reasons they're ignoring you. That in theory should have had at least some effect.
Oh,
I like the idea of like, I mean, by the might of heaven, you will pursue and attack us. That's right. I ordered them to do that.
how many years ago has it been since China broke again?
A couple of times.
Is this one of the previous dynasties?
Yes, it is.
They're probably very angry. Was it the last dynasty?
I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, they're probably very mad at us now.
All right. Zhao just sees them coming. He's like, I don't think they're going to stop.
Nope, they're really not.
All right, pull up the club. I'm gonna point to what looks like the letter U and me. Let's go, Rock Boy.
All right, everyone should roll initiative.
Yuri is cursing over there in constructs and being a thief.
I only got 8. That's awful.
That's a 12.
No, I didn't.
All right.
myself,
I need my initiative.
Look at all those reds.
Look, a minimum roll. It's an 8.
Initiative tracker.
I rolled bad. I got an 11.
I got a rock.
They're going to get the jump on this because Zhao pulled his
We're all gonna
shit.
get a rock.
All right. Initiative.
Yuri's part is
rolls.
not in this.
All right. Mook's group 1. 8.
You know, there is a pertinent question in Dalu's head, and that's simply
Group
who's
2.
responsible for this warrior army here. You know, because it's got to be some sort of magic,
11.
right? You know,
No,
but
that
who's?
just happens all the time.
Actually, on the subject of magic, I presume Yuri has been reading the book.
Oh yeah. Oh, damn it! Thank you for reminding me. Well, as a bit of a flashback, if you're going to use magic at some point, you will have discovered during the night at some point that the book has actually stitched itself back together somehow. And when you found it, it was open to the page 1 of basically Magic for Dummies 101, basically. Sorcery and you.
Well, a tome like this has value. I
So
may
you've
as well
decided to
peruse its
defile the
contents.
fundamental forces of the universe.
So you decided to become a sorcerer.
So you want to be a wizard?
Okay, Warrior 1 is on 9.
Finally, I was actually thinking of. I'm going to say Heroes
That's a
Quest.
great roll.
Quest for Glory is the proper name, but I played it as Heroes Quest before
Yep.
the name change.
Yeah. That is where my head was at too.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh
Zero's-
yes.
Zero's
Funnily
Quest.
enough, as it turns out, playing Thief makes you the biggest candidate for having all of the skills, because you can easily splash into having parry and magic, and then you have all skills.
All right. So what's the highest initiative
You're
of the
bad
party?
at everything, but you have it all.
Who rolled
I have
well?
a
Who in the
12.
party rolled well? 12. All right, that is the highest initiative.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a 7.
And you actually did lose out to all the statues, but the statues did not roll. The statue rolled well, but they are low speed also, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
All right,
This is where Zhao
12.
pulled his bullshit.
Who's on 12?
That's me.
What are you doing, Olan?
I'm going to start by channeling my rippling death shtick. So I will spend a chi in 2 shots, go down to 10.
Okay.
Give myself +2 martial arts against multiple opponents.
Okay. Excellent. Anyone else on 12? No.
Nope.
11.
I'm in for 11.
All
Who's
right.
in?
Anyone else on 11 other than Terracotta Warriors? There's some Terracotta Warriors on 11.
Yuri's gonna let them go first.
Okay, that's fair. All right. So the lower group here. Yeah. I'm gonna say 2 of them are gonna attack Zhao, and then 1 each on. I'm going to randomly determine who the other two are on. Zhao, unfortunately, did attract attention to himself. Actually, you know what? No. Two of them are on Zhao. And then I'm going to randomly determine who the other two are on. Batu is being left out for a reason.
Because I called a challenge.
You did. You, in fact, did. The big one's coming for you. All right, so first one.
Yeah, I don't
that'll
think
be
he would
on
be able to dodge
Olan.
here.
Second one. Dalu. All right, open rolls. So they are actually pretty good. All right, the first two on Zhao. Well, that's not a good roll.
That'll be a miss. It was almost a way awful.
9 will also miss you, so they both miss.
Yep.
Olan,
I'll leave it.
would you roll, please? Thank you. A 10, that'll miss you. And Dalu. The roller is taking its time today for some reason.
Sometimes it does that.
I know. I flies it today. And a 9, they all miss you. Terracotta Warrior Large 2 advances on Batu.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Ring it.
And it comes in with a textbook sword slash, honestly.
It can't read the book, but it's been made from a book.
A 14.
I'll dodge.
Oh, you dodge? Okay, then 14 will miss you.
Yes. Now I go on 10.
And that was, in fact, a martial arts attack, yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, guess I'm on 10 now. Guess I'll hit him.
All right, anyone else? Sorry, no one else on 11,
Anyone
right?
else on
10.
I'm
Sorry,
still
11.
on
No, Yuri.
10? Oh, right, Yuri's on 11. Yes.
Yeah, she allowed me to go first.
Yeah, let me look over this again. Y'all. Okay. Yuri is going to basically like step over here and is going to flank all of them because she suspects Olan is about to try to make work of all of them. So I'm boosting Olan by distracting all of these
Okay.
fools here.
Cool. All right.
Seems like a good idea. I'm gonna leave these ones over here for Ulan. So I'm not eating her food this time, like I usually do.
Well, I mean, I'm going to get a chance to take them out before you can do anything anyway, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you are aiding Olan. Got it.
Yeah, I'm boosting Olan's attack.
Can do. Anyone else on 10? We're on to 10 then.
That was 11. Yeah.
On to 10.
So
Olan,
All right.
I know Olan's on 10.
Yeah.
and I just
So-
became 10.
Yep.
So
All right, so I will go ahead and just launch my multi-attack on the Terracotta Warriors who have, engaged with us. So that's a total of 4 of them, correct?
Yes.
All right. My new martial arts attack is 15. So yeah, I think we'll just try and leave this straight up then with the boost from Yuri and my own natural +2 for Rippling Death. So I'm going to try and engage all 4 of them and hit them.
Okay, go for it.
Oh dear. Come on, pop up. Oh dear. Oh, there it is. Okay.
17.
There we go. So 17 against 4 of them becomes a 20 against 4 of them.
Right, but you're getting the plus. Okay, so
+2 for myself,
and plus one
+1 for the
boost.
boost.
-4 for attacking 4 of them, drops it down to a 16, which is still enough to drop all 4.
Yay!
Victory.
Okay, so I smashed some Terracotta Warriors. I assume.
Did not mean to delete them. Sorry about that.
Oh, I didn't even see them. Oh, okay.
all right, I'm going to step under his swing into his in underneath his guard.
Okay,
I'm just gonna bring it right up between his legs
sure.
with a fortune die.
Sure. 21.
Oh, jeez. +13 +2.
right, so 21.
Or +2, so 23.
23. All right, that beats his defense by 11.
All right, so and 16 on the ball, so that's 27 smackdown.
All right, so that's 19 wound points.
Sort of lift him up briefly.
You can hear the terracotta cracking and you hear things shattering and such.
Wait a minute. These things don't have no balls.
I sort of jump back. It's like, ha! Now you're. Oh right, you don't have any testicles.
Yeah. Anyone else on 10? If not, then
I am not.
Terracotta Warrior 3 goes.
I'm on 8, I think. Yeah, I'm on 8.
He's going to advance on Olan, actually.
Okay.
A 13, I think, misses you.
It does.
All right. That is it for 10. 9.
I will need to be more careful with these because that came very close to hitting me.
So anyone who's on 9?
Not I. I'm on next.
No one's on 9.
All right.
I think one of the
The statues are. I'm just checking you
Yeah.
guys.
Nope. Currently, Batu and I are on 7, and
I'm on 8 with
Yuri's,
Alva.
Yuri's on 8. Alu's on 8.
All right. Terracotta Warrior 1 goes. I'm gonna. Don't know who's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for Zhao, actually. All right. Doop 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 doop. Would you like to dodge before I roll the dice?
They are. They appear to have plus 14 to hit.
I'm gonna say no, but only because I think Zhao is like still kind of shocked that this didn't work.
Fair enough. 18.
But I
Oh,
I have
dodging
a
wouldn't have
pass.
helped anyways.
Well, to save you
It
some
would have
damage.
helped, it would have mitigated the damage.
Okay.
Dodging only doesn't help if you would have avoided it anyway.
yeah, pretty much.
Good point.
Well, the debate is whether it's worth the shot or not.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So how
Yeah,
much did that
like-
hit you by?
So I have a defense of 13, so it hits me by 5.
Hit you by 5. All right. Then the smackdown is 17.
And my toughness is 8, so I get hit for 9.
Yep.
I like the idea of a really bad stick called lead into it, where you intentionally lower your defense to be hit by something.
If you want to do that, you may do so. It's just, you know.
I just like it being a stick that you could pick up, and it's just like, why did you pick this up? I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment. Actually, that's another shtick name right away there.
At any
The only
rate,
thing
so yes.
The only way I can see that being characterized is as if like you're in a boxing match and you're leaning into the blow in order to mitigate the damage from it. So that would be like you lower your defense, but also boost your toughness. Like,
Yeah. I can see that. All right. So, as an aside, Olan, you as a swordsman, that is definitely sword technique, but it is definitely doing bludgeoning damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
I.e., it is a giant terracotta sword. It doesn't really hold an edge very well.
It's not. Yeah.
It's basically a very sort of narrow-edged club.
Right. It doesn't matter how well you carve the initial shape. It's not going to maintain an edge.
No.
Yeah.
I want to imagine what happens is like Zhao has the badge up and it just knocks the badge out of his hand.
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
Then it hits him with the sword.
Pretty much, yeah. So it strides up, swats the badge of your hand, and clunks you with the sword. All right. That's it for 9, I take it. 8.
That's
I'm in
a
8.
lot of us.
Yep. All right. So who's first? Out of our motley crew, I'm the furthest away. So it looks like.
Does Yuri want to go first, or do you want to go first?
curiously, so Batu issued a challenge to the quote unquote big one. Which big one is going for Batu?
Number 2.
Large 2. All right, the other ones are open. Gotcha.
Yep. Well, number 3 went
They've
after
attacked.
Ulan. Number 1 went after Zhao, but
I just look.
Yeah.
Batu complains when you attack who he's fighting,
Yes,
so I'm
right.
avoiding that.
Thank you.
I don't have reason to, needlessly upset the dude with the big club.
fair.
I think Batu is actually going to buy and establish it and make it into a club also. That way I can go clubbing with his club.
So what's the plan, Yuri?
I'm gonna let someone else go first.
Okay, fair enough.
Dalu, did you
All
want to
right.
go?
Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Were there rakes in this period of time here? I
Yeah,
wonder.
iron rakes.
Absolutely.
Like the Pixie,
thing.
the from the Journey West, instantly had an iron rake.
Fantastic. So the plan is Iron Rake at large 1 is what I'm doing. here.
Okay, great. Cool.
All right. So let's go ahead and this is 16 and then it's +2. So it's an 18 for the first martial arts attack
Awesome.
here. We'll spend a fortune.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a 16.
Well, you hit him by 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To give you an idea, that was 4 on the fortune die,
Yep.
4 on the positive, and then -7 on the negative
Ow.
total.
Damn.
All right. So
Yeah, you still by
we'll
4.
call this a regular weapon. So that's gonna be a smackdown of 13.
13.
And the enemy's toughness is 4.
Okay, so that will be
9 damage.
9 wound points. All right, that's on number
Yeah.
1.
Yes, because that was the first time I attacked him, and Friend of Darkness sets the opponent's toughness to 4.
All right.
All right. So Zhao, like having just gotten like clubbed really nasty, he's on the ground. He goes to his little crossbow and he fires it at the one that just attacked him.
Okay. That's one Dalu hit.
Okay, so let me a guns roll. It's a 17.
That will hit by 5.
All right, so that is 5 plus 7, so that's 12.
All right.
And that guy is now impaired, if he can be impaired, it's a smoke arrow.
Sorry, 12 minus. I don't want one tomato. Okay. All right. Should smoke arrow actually affect these things? That's a really good question.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, but just because yeah, we're gonna go with yes for now.
It would obscure their vision.
Yeah,
yeah.
sure, why not? I'm fine with it. All right.
All right.
But yeah, you do some damage to it. A total of 4 wound points, but yeah.
It's better than nothing.
Oh yeah.
Since Daolu is getting up and
Let me move.
showing up Yuri as a ninja over here, with number 1, Yuri's going to get in on that, and is going to basically like creep around and come at it from behind with a fortune backstab. I know that there's no organs or anything, but coming up from behind is still a good plan.
Oh sure.
And actually cutting these things is not going to work so well. So I figure a thrust is a better plan.
Why
in
not?
general
Go for
to,
it.
like interrupt a joint.
Just aim for the non-glazed parts. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, there you go. So
Oh
fortune
dear.
die.
Oh, it's a fortune die. Okay.
Yeah, 16.
16.
That'll hit by 4.
Here's a question: are these considered a named foe,
These are featured foes. The big ones are featured
but
foes.
not
They're not named.
but not a named foe?
No.
Okay. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Roll 20 is acting odd today.
It is, from what I'm seeing.
I keep seeing people just drop from the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not named, so my blooded blade won't kick in. Got it.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, one of
do featured
my,
foes count as
things-
named always? I think they do, technically.
If they do, then I can do a
Check the
thing
rule
here.
book.
But
Go
if
for
they
Go for it. It's fun.
okay, so as Yuri's
I'll put it this way,
blade
these are
goes
not mooks,
into
so
right, yeah,
Right.
okay. So Yuri's blade goes in, and as it comes out, there's a bit of a wispiness about her blade that flows back into herself as I reduce the damage by 3, the outcome by 3, and restore a magic point.
okay. So so you're hitting by 1 then.
Yes, I am using my new toy Harvest Chi.
All right. So the damage you did is how much total? So you hit by 1
My
damage.
weapon is 10,
So
and
11.
the swerve was basically by 1.
So it's 11. Smackdown at 11.
11.
Its toughness is 8, so that's 3 wound points.
I can confirm that a shtick that affects foes affects featured foes, bosses, and uber bosses.
There we go.
All right, cool.
That is what I thought, but I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
yes,
had the cookie.
Yuri is officially a mojo thief at this point.
Yes. All right. So that's Yuri. Anybody else on 8? That sounds like a
Looks like to
negatory.
me.
Be at 5,
Does
everyone.
the big guy go on?
Oh no. I'm talking to you guys. I'm getting to my. It's
Okay.
my turn now.
Okay.
It's I
It's my turn now.
Mom said it's my turn with the Xbox.
All right. All I heard was this McMahon. It's my turn now, Austin.
Here. Here. So 2 Terracotta Warriors in Zhao, 1 on Dalu, 1 on Yuri.
Okay.
Zhao. That's a miss. 2 misses. Dalu. 8. This has a pretty good action value, but like it, it's in this case, yeah, they're just not, yeah, no. I clicked on close roll there by accident, but whatever. All right, yeah, the mooks do not hit you.
Doc.
All right, Olan. You're not up actually. Hang on. No, it's sorry. It's Batu. Number 2 is on Batu.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
I'm not going to dodge this.
I
time.
figured. A 14.
14 will hit me.
All right. He hits you by 2, I take it.
Yep.
The smackdown is therefore 14.
That's the total damage.
Total
All right,
damage,
I
yep.
take 2 points of damage.
Yep. They have their base damage is 12. Olan, I would like you to give me a notice roll.
A notice roll.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I will do that.
Because you are the closest to what's happening.
Gotcha.
Oh, jeez. Now my
I only
screen's
got a
showing
5.
nobody online.
All right. In that case, you are very surprised when, as you are fighting, wrong button here.
Oh, everyone just dropped for me.
Same.
Yeah,
It's very weird. It's what's going. Something's there's. It is Roll20's being wonky today.
Yeah.
the chat and dice seem to be working, so I guess we're good.
Well, hold on. Can you see any change in the status of the Terracotta Warriors near you?
Any change in the status?
Do they have like crosses over them or whatever?
No.
Okay, there's still red X's on them.
Oh no, they do not have red X's on them. Oh no.
Yeah. So you all of a sudden, as you're sort of standing there, you realize that you in the back of your mind, you as the 4 of them close on you, you realize I did hear. I think you're right. Wait a minute. Did I hear? You're sort of starting to think as you're fighting the big thing. Did I just hear the sound of like porcelain sort of sliding across the ground and back into forming into a? I think oh no. Also, Eric,
Yes.
you notice that the Terracotta Warrior you're fighting, the cracks you're putting in are slowly starting to mend.
Hey, none of that. That's cheating. Hey, everyone's back.
All right, so 4 attacks on you, Olan,
Okay.
in theory. let's try this again here. There we go. A 10 misses you. A 13?
No.
Good roll. A 10?
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
Ah!
Thanks. Let's just say thank you after they.
Fortunately, because their attacks are so textbook, they're kind of telegraphing.
Yeah, they are absolutely, yes.
Just kind of have to like hold my sword out in this position and face them directly, and they'll just kind of like bounce it off of mine.
Pretty much, honestly. Like, legitimately. Yeah, basically.
It appears like you're doing textbook moves. Unfortunately for you, I'm actually literate.
I mean, yeah.
I've read books.
Pretty sure she actually isn't. But
Yeah, I was gonna say Batu's definitely not.
All
He
right.
probably tried to teach him, but he didn't do it.
All right, that is it for 8 then.
All right.
Moving on to 7 in
Probably
just
knows
one
that.
moment.
she probably knows how to sign her name, and that's not far from the entirety of it.
Probably using just seals, honestly.
Yeah.
Does Mongolian have a written language in this period?
You know, I hadn't thought about it, but Yuri is probably debatably the most educated person here. Like, it's either Yuri or Zhao when I stop to think about it.
So Mongolians definitely had a written language because they were giving out those metal like discs that had
Right.
the cons
Okay, so yeah.
already on them.
I
Batu
would say
can definitely read Mongolian. He's got no idea what's going on with Chinese.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yuri does. Yuri has her native and this.
yeah. Well,
Anyways,
Dalu probably has literacy on
oh
his
no,
side.
I
Anyways.
would, you did work as you what some of your odd jobs were in the clerical areas, if I remember correctly. You mentioned,
Yes.
therefore you are almost certainly literate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Nick, you're also on 7, right? Right?
We're on now in 7.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you go first? Because
Oh, actually, I never dodged.
No.
Yeah, but no. You didn't dodge after going to 10.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, we're both on 7. Yes. Okay. So you would like me to go first?
yes,
Okay. All right. They're not made of metal.
Nope.
All right.
But yes, Batu, you happen to notice now that the terracotta warriors that Olan broke before and seem to have put themselves back together.
Okay. So in
Just
that
not
case,
fair.
I can't. Let's see. Smithing and metallurgy. I don't think that really applies then to terracotta. Would I know anything through info merchant trading of like maybe I know someone who has worked with like pottery and stuff?
Sure.
So I'm gonna roll for this, and I guess I'm going to try to think of a way as like, okay, how would you go about like getting like terracotta to lose its form and stuff? Because I think that I know, but I don't think that she would
Fair
necessarily
enough.
know.
Give me a roll.
I only rolled an 8, so that's not very good.
You do. Okay, I'll say this. You do remember talking to a potter at length. You do not remember a goddamn thing about how pottery works.
Right. I was just kind of like nodding politely the
Like,
whole
oh,
time.
like you remember hearing a couple you remember them talking about how they after they shape the pot they let it dry and then they put it in the kiln.
The kiln. Okay.
They remember getting very hot to bake
Right,
it. They basically
okay.
baked the pottery,
They bake it.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
They bake it.
and
All
that's all
right.
you remember.
So we would want them to be wet or dry. Wet, maybe.
So we cause a thunderstorm here. Yes, right
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say,
local
like, I think we want to get them wet, maybe.
And
she
how
has no
do you
way of
propose to
accomplishing
do
this.
that? I don't think they're your type.
What?
I was gonna say they all look like men to me. I don't think that works.
Ron's like, huh? Just going to attack them. And I'm just going to, I guess, just attack the terracotta warriors surrounding me again.
Okay, fair enough.
The trick is here's how you break them. you declare that they're unbreakable and then attempt to break them. You see what I
That's
mean?
a bad roll.
I've seen enough Vines / TikToks of people doing that. It always works. You should
I'm
say,
very distracted right now, and I don't successfully.
Yeah, right. So you're like, aha! Why are they not already? It's like, why do they not stay broken?
Yeah, my negative I exploded. So
Yeah.
well.
mhm.
All right.
Would have probably gotten them otherwise.
All right. This new information. I'm like, yeah, we just need to break them up into dust and then mix in water. So just keep hitting them really hard.
It's like that bit in when in the Lord Slug Dragon Ball movie, like we just gotta hit them really hard.
Yep. Actually, I've got a cunning plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Box.
smash them like directly in the center of their chest as hard as I can, and then I'm gonna throw some water, like a water jug in there.
Oh, okay, water skin? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other way around.
You're going to spread water on it and then hit...
I'm gonna throw the water skin on there and then hit the water skin into his chest.
Okay, sure.
My idea
burn
is
a fortune die to do this.
Absolutely.
my idea is like, okay, can we get like a hammer and chisel type thing? Just get like a really hyper focused fracture going on here.
19. Very good roll.
Yep.
That'll hit by 7.
Excellent. Plus my 16 equals 23.
Yes.
Yes, I can math. I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wet now. Haha. Are they glazed? I actually know about ceramics, but Batu has no idea what's going on.
Uh-huh.
I don't think terracotta warriors were traditionally glazed, if I remember correctly.
I think they were.
I don't remember. You know what? The internet might know.
I mean, are they like, were they glazed and confused? I don't know.
I sure am.
If they're not glazed, then we can get some melted sugar on them, and that'll fix that.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
right.
going to say, like,
The figures were not
need
glazed, but
that.
were lacquered to protect them and painted using bright colors.
Lacquered.
Lacquer,
Gross.
okay.
That doesn't taste good.
Honestly, that makes sense given the size of the damn things. The kiln you need would be huge and
Yeah.
hard to control.
Yes,
all
yes.
the
Yeah,
temperature of the glaze.
you're
So, yeah.
correct. That lacquering them is the right thing to do. I'm still gonna say it's gross.
Yeah. This also means they're probably adding water will fucking work. Okay.
Yeah,
Because they wouldn't have been properly fired. Okay. Yeah.
that's
awesome.
right.
All right, so back to the damage you did.
Yes, I did 26, and I made it wet.
26 minus his toughness of 12 is 14.
I also want to point out a little side note once we get the stuff here resolved. Here's a question I'll have for you, Peter, when it's my turn.
Okay. All right. You slam your club into it, smashing into the water thing, spreading water all over it, slamming to the chest. Deep fissures break into it, and it shatters and collapses to the ground in pieces.
Hooray!
Hey, the water worked.
It did? I mean, yeah, it did.
I'm now also out of water. And a wineskin.
All right.
Were we near? Did we pass any rivers on the way
Nope.
here? Got about it.
Ah, yes.
And it's a mausoleum. There's no like pond or anything like that up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Is there a
clearly
vending
we can
machine
get
at
them
least?
into the, clearly we can just knock them into the water tower there, and so the system
Yeah.
pours over them, right?
Right. Yeah, that would.
Wait,
In a different environment, that would work brilliantly.
someone left out a kiddie pool
Possibly.
on the set by accident, you know.
And is anyone else on 7? Other than bad guys.
I'm on 5.
I'm on 5 as well.
All right.
So
I'm on 5 as well.
All right. Terracotta Warrior 3. What the? It just booted me out. Hang on.
Ah.
I was going to say the one interesting detail. So I'm
Roll
wondering
20
if
is
there's any
being real dumb today.
It is.
makes me wonder if there's any like markings like the artisan who created these as their name engraved on it.
Maybe somewhere.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I don't think insulting the honor of the artisan is gonna really work on these though. So
Stump.
I'm just gonna say that like killing these things must have been really creepy.
All right,
Just
Terracotta
put a
Warrior
body in
3
there.
stumps up to Olan.
I'm gonna dodge.
Fair enough. Probably wasn't necessary.
No, I guess not.
It misses. All right. That is it for 7. My pencil. Here it is. All right, we're on to 6. Anybody on 6? Other than the Terracotta Warrior 1.
Not I.
Okay, Terracotta Warrior 1 will swing again at Zhao. Ignoring Dalu.
He is impaired.
He has -1.
All right, I am going to dodge this time.
That is probably a good idea. 13.
Nope. Oh, 13? Oh, with the dodge?
With the dodge will mean a little miss.
Oh no, is that 13 with? Is it? He's impaired. It's just isn't that 12?
No, he's normally a 14.
Oh, he's normally at 14. Okay. So even with the dodge, that would hit.
No, since you dodge, he almost certainly misses you.
Okay.
What is your
13 my
what is your defense, Joe?
It is 13.
Right. So he'd hit you without the dodge. With the dodge, you're a 16. So.
All right, that was worthwhile then.
Oh, it absolutely was. It's still. Doesn't say that. They don't actually speak, but.
They don't have moving lips.
No, they don't. All right. Anyone else on 6? No. 5.
I am on 5.
Yep.
Same.
Everybody in 5 may go.
No, I'm 4 now.
That's it. You're now in 4, right, Joe? That's right.
All right. Do you already want to go first?
Not really.
Okay. So it's like, man, this was a great time to have some sorcery to just make water out of nothing. That'd been such a useful.
Unfortunately, it's not the type of
thing to do.
sorcery Yuri knows.
Not yet. Nope.
Yeah, I have Chi Blast, which is basically projecting my mojo, and Harvest Chi, which is stealing mojo. So I only deal in mojo. I don't deal in water.
I mean, you make water from mojo, though, maybe. Anyways, yeah, Daolu, without looking around to see if there could be other water sources, is going to very least try to draw the attention of the large one Terracotta Warrior with just another attack. This just being a 16.
Yep.
Fortune die, because, of course.
Yep.
Wow.
13.
That's
That'll
a
still hit.
13. It'll still hit. That's not a boxcar because I rolled a 6 in the fortune on the regular. That's a negative 11 on that roll.
I know.
there.
But it still hits because their defense sucks.
That's fair. What did it hit by?
Oh, I feel
Their defense 12.
Okay, so that's going to be a smackdown of 10.
Eric, you at least also have toughness 12.
This is true.
They do not have toughness 12. Nor do they have Ikbeon Bruiser.
Yeah. All right. So that's a 2 hit there as like Dalu kind of like
Bonk.
tries to keep the warrior's attention on himself.
Oh, I forgot to mark something. Yeah. I forgot to mark off a wound point off of that one when he attacked Ash because he regenerated slightly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
That is it for you. Anyone else on 5? We're on 5. Yeah, 5.
I am.
Okay. There are a bunch of Terracotta Warriors going 5 also. If you'd like to wait till after them, you do have that option.
I could actually. What's their attack? 14 again?
14 to hit, yes.
I'll run risk.
Okay.
The one that Dalu is continuing to hammer at.
Sure.
Yuri is going to continue to just do flanking.
Sure.
That is a bad fortune, but an excellent roll.
That is a very excellent roll. That's total 20. Nice. That will hit.
Yep.
That hit.
I will harvest chi that
I
down
figured.
to 17.
So you get your fortune die back.
Hmm. See, this was my plan.
Oh, I know. I saw this coming. All right. So that's a, yeah. So, okay. So that's 17 then. Hits by 5. So 15 minus 8 is 71 points. 1, 2. Ouch. All right. That is it for the good guys on 5. All right, Eric.
Yes.
We on 5 here. Hang on. All right. It does not fully regenerate. However, enough it pulls itself back together that like its head and arm are sort of there, and the arm swings from the ground at you.
Hey,
All right.
I'm definitely
Got it
not
out.
dodging because it's catching me by surprise.
Yep, I kind of figured. 15.
That will hit.
All right. Well, it does a it's base damage 12, so take 13. Take a wound point.
Ow.
You'll take that wound point and you'll like it.
Hey.
Exactly.
The water didn't work.
So that is it for oh no, sorry. Mooks go. So 4 of them on Olan. A 5 will miss you. A 9 will miss you. A 16 will probably hit you.
That'll actually hit, yeah.
All right. What's your defense? 14?
Unless my dodge is still active, which I don't think
It is not as a different shot.
Okay. So it hits me by 2.
All right, so it's 12 damage.
All right. 6 wound points.
And 1 more. Oh my god.
Cool. All right. So I do another. God, I'm at 18 total wound points now.
Yep.
Great. Fantastic.
All right, that is it. Oh, the other group, sorry. So 2 on Zhao.
Alright.
That's a miss. 11 will miss you.
Yep.
1 on Dalu. That'll miss. And 1 on Yuri. That'll also miss.
I will say it's weird seeing a game system that hates a player as much as Feng Shui hates Nick, it seems.
It varies by game, session sometimes, but yes.
Also, these minions that hit me were dead. So
They were dead, yes.
They got better, though.
They did. All right. That's it for 5.
All right, I am on 4. So, while Zhao is seeing that these things are starting to put back together, he looks at his wrist crossbow. He's like, "I need something bigger." He switches to his first firework launcher. So that's 1 shot there. While I'm doing this, can he think about these things and know if there's any way that he can put them down for good? Like, I think the 2 most applicable roles would be either Taoism, ancient science, or Imperial etiquette.
Sure.
All right.
Give me
Which of those do
the
you think
Taoism
is-
Imperial. The science one's definitively the one you want to roll.
The science one?
Yeah.
Okay. This one?
7. I'll put it to you this way: you have heard tales of the Terracotta Warriors actually being able to be animated. You have never heard of them putting themselves back together again.
Okay.
This is something that you're not familiar with it is being possible. That said, you're not you're just like, yeah, I don't know a lot about these though.
Like,
Also,
I know
you
I
were
can boss
pretty
him
sure the
around.
stories of them actually fighting, getting up and fighting, were just stories.
It's like, joke's on me. I was wrong.
Yep. But you've seen demons, so you're like, you know what? Sure. This makes more sense.
Okay. So I act on 3. So one
Okay.
shot to switch to a new gun.
That's fine. All right, Terracotta Warrior. Okay, the Terracotta Warrior 3 is attacking Ulan.
I'll dodge.
Yeah, don't blame you. It misses.
Oh, cool. Sure, that one misses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
All right, we are on 3. Unless there's more Terracotta Warriors.
Yep, on to 3.
All right, Zhao
Yeah.
takes aim. It's, he's an eagle eye on this this Terracotta Warrior that's been after him.
Sure.
The big one. So that's going to be +3. So 3 extra shots. So, which doesn't matter because it's the end of the keyframe.
Yep.
So
And then sequence, not
plus
keyframe.
3.
Those are two different
Yeah.
terms.
so +3
Mm-hmm.
plus somebody to fortune.
I'll hit by 2.
All right. So
Oh, sorry. That
Yes.
that's not counting the +3, is it?
yeah, nope, not. So it is a
17.
17.
Okay, that'll hit by 5 then.
All right, 5 plus 9.
So it's a smackdown of 14. So that is 8. That is 14 minus 6 is yep. So 6 1 points. Yep.
I think Zhao's only option here is is to try and blow these things up.
I think I was on 4 and I missed something somewhere.
I think you were. You should have had an attack on 4 there. That's my bad. You
Yep.
can take it now if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it shouldn't change anything. I'm just gonna Looney Tunes smash this thing at my feet into dust.
Okay, you can try to. Give me an attack.
Just smashy, 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 smashy.
Part of me wonders what
17.
else.
All right, that hits by 5.
Yep, plus 16 is 21. Smashy, 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 smashy.
Okay. Minus 12 is 15.
Part of me is like, is there something else that's controlling these or giving them power that we need to break instead?
That is
was
an
kind of my
interesting
idea,
question,
too.
Skitch.
What?
Maybe there wasn't enough water. Maybe I should pee on it.
That was kind of what I was getting at with Zhao. So does Zhao know how to deal with this thing? And no, apparently he doesn't.
I will say, it is probably occurring to all of you at this point that this might not be currently a winnable fight.
Oh no, Yuri didn't want to be in this fight in the first place.
Oh, no. I'm saying
Especially now.
yes.
I was genuinely going to say, like, hey, I'm leaving on my next turn and just going.
Hey, if we smash them all into dust and then mix it into food and eat them, I think that'll beat them.
Just start punching us from inside our stomachs.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, if she's saying this now, Zhao's like, I agree. We could maybe ask the Oracle about this too. Like, what the hell is going
If you
on?
want
with
to,
Terracotta
I will say this:
Warriors?
if you want to withdraw, you may withdraw at any point. They will let you go.
This might be a good idea for us to cheese it. Yeah.
It
Well,
works for
big
me.
monster.
Batu does have a fight against something that will never die. So
Eventually, my arms are going to get tired.
Yes.
So.
I hate to say this, you will eventually lose, Batu. As you are slowly ground to a pulp. You're not supposed to, out of character, you're not supposed to win this fight in this encounter.
Right.
You've gotten the point where I think you guys have figured out that directly
Yeah.
fighting these guys is you're not going to win. You need to come,
Yeah, like we did our one round.
but they will let you go, if there's anything else you'd like to try, you're more than welcome to. I'm just saying. I don't want you guys like to get too badly pasted.
Too late.
You are not currently dying, Olan, is my point.
I'm 2/3 the way there.
Yes, that's bad, but that is still within one realm of being able to withdraw.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, I guess you could dive into the mausoleums. I would not. I'm gonna say this. I would not recommend that at this point.
Oh, there definitely won't be any more terracotta warriors.
No,
in there.
no. Have you ever seen the pictures of the actual mausoleums where the terracotta warriors are?
There's so many of them.
Outfitting a mausoleum, a good place for us all to die.
I would. That's why I say I don't recommend you dive in there, but you could.
So, yeah, what shot are we even on right now?
We're on 3 right now. Technically, we're about to go to 2.
Okay, let's wrap up 3 then.
All right. Anybody else? Any other players in 3 who've not gone? All right, then that is Terracotta Warrior 1. We'll try to smash Zhao again.
I don't have any shots. To
No, you do
spend
not.
because- So it doesn't matter. I can't
But he's
dodge.
still impaired. Oh God!
Ooh,
20.
So that'll hit you by 7.
by 7, yeah.
So that's
Opa.
19.
That's 19. Okay, I am at 28.
That's your first point of impairment.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're 7 wounds away from death threshold.
Yeah, Zhao is ready to cheese it. I don't know the rules for cheesing it. So,
It is based on your speed.
okay. It's a
I'm going
five-shot
to say this
action,
again.
so
If you guys
I can't-
if you guys decide to withdraw, they are not going to pursue. They will not try to stop you from running.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In seeing like everyone is getting like wrecked and our progress is being actively undone in
Yes.
a majority of cases,
Oh, yeah.
Yuri is basically just going to leap off of one of them and just shout out, "I told you this was a bad plan. I'm leaving," and is just going to go back the way that we all arrived in the first place.
Well, now I can't because she's just being so smug about it. We have to stay.
I'm not being smug. I'm being
You
practical.
said I told you so. That means we have to stay.
just shouting it as she runs away. They're just shouting as they run away.
Oh no, the "I told you so's" come later. I have a book full of them.
As we're cheesing it, I'm going to before we absolutely go, I'm going to try and like attack the head of just one of the minion
Sure.
Terracotta warriors, one of the mooks,
Sure.
and just try and take like an immobile part of the body with us.
Okay. Interesting.
Like the top knot or part of or an ear or
Sure.
something.
Sure.
like
Sure.
that.
Sure.
Something that doesn't have a joint in it.
Sure. Sure.
Fine. You know what? That's a good idea. I'm also going to take a trophy. I'm going to take this thing's head.
It's not a trophy. It's an identifying thing.
Just a weird terracotta wiggling.
So are you
ear.
try to take the head with you,
I'm gonna
Eric?
try to take the head. Yes.
Okay. Fine. You bring the head with you. You're not seem to be pursuing at the moment.
Oh God, they're gonna know where we're at now.
So after you get about Eric, you notice after you guys get down to the bottom of the hill, its eyes stop glowing red and it crumbles into dust.
Ah.
That happens to the bit you take with you also, by the way, Nick, when you get to the bottom of the hill.
Okay. I will.
And the wind picks up and blows the dust back uphill.
I was just gonna put it in a little pouch.
I want my dust back.
Well, it's a sample. It's an identifying thing.
That's not fair. I took this head fair and square, smashing everything else around it.
Also, it has some of my blood.
Well, you have survived.
We're all licking our wounds around the campfire. I guess at this point.
What wound? I mean, I didn't get hit at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get hit either.
Yeah,
Slightly
like
bruised Honestly, it's not that bad.
That
Ow!
getting hit for damage seems like a very one wise move. I do not recommend anyone ever
It
get
doesn't
hit.
seem like
for
a very
any-
good business decision to
Yeah,
me.
exactly. Just
Yeah, getting hurt is just a bad idea. You shouldn't do it.
yeah. Whoever chose to do that to get hurt, just shame and dishonor to your family, I guess.
It's just has some like very obvious like bruises that are just kind of like painted on because it's a cheap movie.
Mhm.
It's just, we have to tell people in town about this. What the hell? There's a bunch of murderous stone sentinels running around.
Once we're actually I'm going to say in camp, but not like, a formal camp. Once we're just like away and we're settled down, Yuri's just going to just kind of pour through the tome real quick and just see if she sees anything about Terracotta Wars.
That's
now
a
that she has
really
the time
good
to sit
question,
down
actually,
and
Yuri.
read.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have the time to look through a book at
No,
the time.
absolutely not. No, that's actually a really good point.
Not with that attitude. You listen, okay?
You and I both saw Gundam. I was not in a chair.
If you have one hand free, that's enough to read through an entire book during the course of a fight, while insulting your opponent.
Okay. All right, Yuri.
But yeah, I can give you a magic check if you like.
Please give me a magic check. That's fine.
Can I assist in any way here?
Give me an odd jobs roll. Why not?
All right, we'll burn a fortune on this as well for good measure here. Wow, 17.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I'll
I will
roll.
give you. You will get a boost, Yuri.
Cool. All right. I will
Dalu
throw a
at some
fortune
point
die.
did some work with one of the court sorcerers. So,
Oh geez, I rolled a 6 on the fortune die.
oh right, that's pretty spiffy.
Okay, I got an 11 on the roll, so because I did an open 10 there.
Yep.
And so that makes it a 17.
And then
That's-
plus the boost makes it a. Is that?
No, that's with the boost.
Oh, okay.
We
so
open
it
9
was- it
otherwise
was-
normally.
Yeah, my magic is currently at 9.
Yep.
And,
Got it.
It will be going
the
up.
boost made it
Basically, so the way it's going to be working is it'll be going up basically once every level up, basically, for free in addition to whatever she takes for normal level ups.
Yeah.
Until it
It'll
gets to
eventually
where
my
it
gun score.
her gun
Yeah,
score will
it'll
end.
eventually match what my gun score was at.
Yeah. All right. So all right, here you do find some stuff about Terracotta Warriors. They were built. They were designed. They are crafted in out of terracotta. They are guardians for emperors, their families, and anyone they deem sufficiently important to guardians of their tombs, so that no one can get in and take the stuff that they're supposed to be that they've been interred with. They haven't really been used in a while. Last ones were I think in like 200 BC, so a couple hundred years ago.
Strictly speaking, I think if we're being real, like the last time what happened would have been like the romance era, like with Zhuge Liang.
I believe that legitimately the last one I saw listed was 232 BCE. But I may have the article I've been looking at might have been wrong. So
With that in mind, does that mean that caravan was taking tomb-robbed goods, perhaps?
Possible.
I guess that's
It could just be
possible.
big.
The odds of
just encroached
so
on the
here's the thing:
territory.
they are not supposed to leave. They generally don't. There's no record, according to what you're reading, of them ever leaving their posts. Like the only thing I could get them is like, I guess in theory, the emperor himself could direct them to do something. So there need to be some sort of proof of imperial authority to maybe to tell them to leave and go do something, but they really shouldn't be leaving their territory. So
Well, this seems to make a whole lot of sense.
right,
And like
The
this
only-
is her actively speaking this out
Yeah.
loud as she kind of describes her findings.
Yeah, Zhang is kind of like I think the only way they could have left their grounds is if the emperor, or rather, whoever was buried there, was transported. I wonder if somebody's carting around a dead corpse, they'd make these things do its bidding.
Are you saying? Are you saying that the terracotta warriors are serving for the emperor?
Kinda.
Yes.
I mean,
He
yes,
doesn't,
actually.
yeah, he doesn't get he doesn't detect any kind of joke in that. He's like, yeah.
No, that was out of character.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I will say that since the rake did not break, Daolu still has it with him.
Absolutely.
Just
Huh. So you think someone's got a dead guy that they're using to control these things?
That would be my guess. I mean, when we left the area, they turned to dust. That would suggest that if they are going out and about, there's something powering them on the move.
Would we have gotten a further away from where the Terracotta Warriors were than where we found the ransacked caravan?
Oh no, they definitely would have had to have traveled that far to get there.
Okay.
You are currently closer to the mausoleum than the caravan.
Ooh, okay.
Now that might have just been a factor of the pieces were too far away from their bodies.
Okay.
Could be.
Okay.
Like regardless, we need to, or rather, I need to report this in town to the authorities. There's rampaging. Oh, they're gonna think I'm insane.
Uh-huh.
uh-huh.
Yeah, about that whole reporting thing.
Yeah, you'll claim that there's rampaging terracotta warriors. We have evidence that they can't do any rampaging on their own.
He's just going over the conversation he would have. It's like there are rampaging terracotta warriors.
Oh,
no,
with
they can't leave the tomb. They turn to dust when they do that.
Oh, so that would explain why you don't have any evidence of them, right?
Exactly.
It sounds very reasonable to me.
I mean, it makes sense, but they're just gonna go. So why don't we just leave them in the tomb because they can't leave? And then we go because someone out there has like
Some way to control
a
them.
widget that like lets them control them. And they're like, well, what kind of widget? Probably a dead guy. And they're gonna be like, who would carry around a dead guy? Those are really heavy. And I'd be like, I don't know, probably someone really strong.
And then, of course,
I'm really strong, but I think it's something to carry around a dead guy. It would
And then
smell.
if you found a way to control them and you try to report about it, they're going to look at you as the one that could control the terracotta warriors and kill you on the spot. It's a flawless plan.
I mean, they're gonna do that anyway. I'm a Mongol.
No, that was
gonna
more.
hit them first.
That was directed to Zhao, to be specific, to be clear about this.
Yeah, Zhao is suddenly realizing, like, oh, shit, this is really, really bad. This is a lot worse than he thought, because even if he reports it, nobody's gonna believe him. Except for like the random people in town.
Well,
And even if you did, if they answer to the will of the emperor, then what good is that going to do you? Hey, Emperor's court. The emperor has a terracotta army running around. Or at least that's the best conclusion I can draw. What are you going to do about it? Well, then that's just the will of the emperor, is it not? What's the problem?
He's like, well, I think it's actually a dead emperor, but
Do you think death is enough to take someone's power away from them?
this is just
mean,
further
yeah.
reminding me. This is just further reminding me of the worst Mummy movie. So,
that movie was so bad.
it was.
I thought, you know what? I just realized what you're talking about. I was thinking of the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I never watched that one because
Yeah.
I
Tom Cruise.
because I saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Well ahead of that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, I mean, I mean, the movie's projected on a wall, so whatever they do on there, you would be seeing it on the wall. Yes.
yeah, but if you don't cover up the wall, you can still see the writing even through the project. Anyway, so Lon's going to bring up. Well, all right, I think that we should go and see Ms. Yuri's seer. Then maybe there's a second dead person that we could ask.
Oh,
about.
you mean like we should have in the first place, instead of examining this lethal diversion?
Both
Yes.
Zhao and
Lon looks really upset. Like, yes.
yeah, they're both very upset. They're both beat up.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody's consequence.
Lon looks at Batu through a black swollen eye.
It really is
Oh,
funny that the
that
two
happens
people
to
that
be
were
like,
most in favor of this got the crap beat out of them.
Ulan, don't rub your eyes with the peppers. That's what happens.
I haven't had peppers. You have peppers? Why didn't you give me any?
I put them in the food then for breakfast.
You ate that!
I gave you some too. Everyone got food. Made omelets with peppers and onions.
Omelets, anyways.
What's an omelet?
It's an egg stuff.
What is this word omelette? That sounds like some Western heresy.
Listen, I've been around, and like the West has some not terrible ideas.
Uh-huh.
They've
Anyways.
also got a lot of really terrible ideas, like
Just references. He's just like, I just know a lot about Western cuisine. What's cuisine?
All right. Well, okay. Well, I'll cuisine. Let's get out of here. There's your Iron Chef joke. I
We have to have one per campaign. at
I
this
guess.
point. It's
Yeah.
like
Right.
contractual obligation.
yeah. So
Thank
Now-
you, Chef
now Lou-
Jaxie.
Dalu is still like a little, or like he's just wishing he could figure out what the cause of all this stuff is now, but he can't rack his brain over it. So
Well, I think the conclusion that we can draw is, as is, given present conditions, there's nothing we can do about it anyway. So I'm not too concerned about dealing with it. I say the appropriate course of action is to leave it be unless it becomes a problem for us.
I disagree, but I'm not going to argue it.
I mean, it's already a problem for us. Like we beat it up and it came back. That's a problem.
I'm not. I don't want to belabor it. I just don't agree with that premise. But
Yeah, I was just like, it's kind of the being inspired. Like, this is a problem for everyone. We're going to figure this out, but our best, without any kind of direction, the Oracle might be our best option to figure out what's going on.
That is a
As
fair
she
that is
said-
a fair potential conclusion. Yes.
Yeah, like he looks at Yuri. He's like, as she said, we could ask another dead soul about what's going on. Bring up this previous emperor. Or
Well,
whoever's
then
buried
let
there.
us cease dallying with diversions, make haste, and keep focus.
anyways,
Focus on what now? I wasn't paying attention.
All right.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you're headed out back towards the Oracle. Very well. That is going to be a bit of a trip, but okay, do I have anything else planned for today beyond? Okay. Therefore, you guys will be nothing else interrupts your trip to the Oracle at this point. If you're making a beeline for the Oracle, so you can figure out what the fuck to do about for Yuri to ask the Oracle about getting in contact with the wizard, and B, to see if you can find out something about what's going on with the soldiers there, because that's probably got to be dealt with. If someone's controlling them, they effectively have an invulnerable army, and that's actually not a good thing.
Yeah, this is actually more important than dealing with the governor right now. Like the
Uh-huh.
governor is like an afterthought. Like this is so much bigger.
That is really freaking bad. All right.
Oh, who's the governor guy working for him? Dudes.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap up this session a little early because I want to go over a couple of things myself before I need to write a couple things for the for this approach. There were a couple other ways you could have theoretically gone from where you did. This is the way I was pretty sure you'd go, but I figured it would be a decent enough session if we got to here, and that's where we're gonna wrap it up this time.
okay.
So we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm sorry if it's a little bit of a short session, but I needed to. I need to set up things in the background for stuff. So I hope you had fun. Sorry for the fight you could not win, but it was
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fine.
Yuri's mad about it. I'm not.
fair. I don't like pulling fights you players cannot win, but I think they are narratively important occasionally.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine with the fight. You can't win.
Yeah. I figured. I'm just
As
saying.
long as it serves the purpose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. I'm not doing it just to
we-
kick your asses because that's stupid.
We could make it not serve any purpose by for refusing to
And
acknowledge
it's refusing to engage with it
ever
at all
again.
at this point. Yeah. No, we're not going to ask about this.
You'll play like later on. It's like the town is being overrun by terracotta warriors. Well, it's too bad there's no town there. I guess we can just move on. Just not notice what's
Just
happening.
keep ignoring it forever as the terracotta army destroys China.
Yuri's like, yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say Yuri is unironically in for this.
But what about all of China? I don't know. It's not
I don't know,
It's not my country.
Can these things sail? If not, I don't care.
Oh shit! They knocked one
They're
of
the terracotta army, not the terracotta navy.
Well, you see that. However, one of them got knocked over into the ocean and turned into a boat. So now,
That was very inefficient because it just sort of drags along the bottom of the ocean because terracotta does not float.
The stinger of this movie is just a bunch of terracotta warriors like entering the ocean, and there's just a sign that says to Japan.
This is a tromp across the bottom of the ocean.
not with that attitude, Eric. They absolutely can float with the right attitude. And
I'm just remembering the golems chasing people across the bottom of the ocean in Discworld.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but these things fall apart in water, so
Do they?
They just become the water.
Well, there was some success that Batu had with the water.
Did he? He just rolled really well. He did a lot of damage. It took it to 35 wound points.
Yeah. The water did nothing, basically.
It might have done something. I'm not saying.
I said basically. That's all.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.